I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We welcome Stellar to the interview. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, thanks so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello, I'm Sleepy Stellar. I usually just go by Stellar. I stream on Twitch and TikTok, and I usually just do variety gaming, sometimes some art commissions, but for the most part, just chill. Cool person, not too chaotic, not too energetic unless I'm in the right mindset, but yeah, that's me.
Unless the coffee kicks in or something.
Yes, exactly. I do love my coffee.
Well, when did you get started with content creation on the internet?
So I made my Twitch account first around 2021, but I didn't actually start going live until about 2023 because the device that I was streaming on at the time was a very old laptop. And so I couldn't really, could barely keep up with the game alone. So I was not going to try streaming on it. But I got my very first PC in 2023, and that's when I started streaming on Twitch and getting very consistent. And I'm here now.
Yeah, well, you've certainly expanded onto almost all of the platforms you can get to.
Yes.
Was that a plan when you started to try and reach as many people on as many platforms as you could?
So originally the plan, contrary to a lot of people, is I wanted to get better at socializing, because I was always very anxious with socializing or even just speaking to people, even through a voice call. So the original plan or goal, I guess, with the streaming was just to get better at talking to people by doing something comforting while talking to people. And at the time that was video games. And then it was just going very well, and I got a lot better at socializing. So I was let me try, reaching out a little bit. Meeting some new people.
And that's gone well?
Yes, very well.
Would you say that you're kind of an introvert off the screen?
I think I'm a bit of a mix. I guess you could say an ambivert, because a lot of the time I am very wanting to be social and wanting to reach out to people and talk, and I have a lot of fun. But then I have maybe an hour or two tops with that energy that I have, and then I'm okay, I'm tired. I want to watch a movie, make a coffee, just sit by myself, do a little bit of drawing in my dark room. It's very mixed. But
enough with people already. Enough too many people. Go away.
Oh, I'm tired.
Just wait till you're old. The clock gets down a lot further than 1 hour.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's 30 seconds. All right, I'm done. I'm heading back to the videos. So, was it easy for you to get behind a microphone? Had you been on stage or anything like that before?
So, no, actually, before streaming, I want to say streaming did help a lot. Before streaming, I couldn't even really get on a stage in front of a microphone and just talk or present. But definitely the streaming has helped with just feeling more comfortable in front of a microphone, I guess, than I would be face to face with somebody. But it has helped a lot. It has really built up my confidence with just being this is normal. It's just talking.
Yeah, and you are talking.
Yeah, I know, right?
But it is a different animal in a lot of different ways.
Oh yeah.
And one way that it helps is that you have the avatar, and you can be on while wearing a size 10X gray sweatshirt. Which I think everybody should have.
This is basically just what I wear in the real world, honestly.
Everybody should have at least one of those, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have one. I wear it all the time, and my wife just absolutely tries to kill it every chance she gets.
That's
No,
basically me with my mom. She's like, "Ah, I don't understand how you can wear something so big in this heat," because I'm Floridian, so I'm very
yeah,
like, well, I'm just comfortable like this.
yeah. Well, for you guys, and I'm in Illinois, so for you guys, your
Oh
heat
yeah,
is much different than our heat up here.
very different. I
Yeah,
think we reached like an actual temperature of about 97, but it felt like 104.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I was just,
yeah. When
ugh,
we had
I don't
90s,
like the heat.
yeah, we had 90s last week, and
Yeah.
we were so humid that
Oh yeah.
it felt like you were swimming to your car when you get out.
Yep.
It's like I need a snorkel to get there from here. It was
Oh
it.
yeah, and it's especially humid down here because we're just surrounded by water.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah.
there's no escape.
And when my parents went down there years ago, they noticed that the storms will happen at any time. Just pop up
Yeah.
and roll over you and
Oh
die.
yeah.
It's just this a whole wild situation. Um,
Yep.
have you had any trouble keeping up with your schedule that you put down, or have you been pretty consistent since you started?
So back when I first started, I want to say like the first month that I started streaming was definitely the most like consistent and like long hours that I would have because
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure I would stream anywhere from 9 to like 13 hours a day
Whoa.
just in the first month because I was just really enjoying it and I was just having a ton of fun with it. But as you can imagine, that slowly started to just die down
Yeah.
over time. The most I'll stream nowadays that I'm like impressed with myself, like, whoa, that was a long stream, was anywhere from like 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah. That's still
Yeah,
quite a bit. I mean, just
it is.
well, coming from the radio background, if we did a shift where we were on the air constantly talking for 5 hours, we would be hurting.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and if you did that 5 times a week, you'd really be hurting, and it's not particularly good taking care of your vocal cords like that. So you have all sorts of problems. But I can't imagine some of these folks doing the 24-hour stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
I'd like tuning in like hour 21, and all you have is basically an avatar staring at the screen.
Oh, yeah. I think I've done a 24-hour stream maybe twice
Oh,
or three times in my
yeah,
entire career, and I would sleep for about 3 hours in between.
yeah. You have to do,
But for the other 20 hours,
yeah,
I was wide awake.
yeah. You have to do something in there. Because I mean, at the end, it's you're there, but you're not.
Yeah, it's kind of just your brain's on autopilot.
I've got 1 hour left. Just gonna sit here for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you started getting folks coming back in the chat, which I can imagine started happening pretty quickly for you,
Oh, yeah.
how did coming in with your goal? How did that make you feel?
It made me feel very appreciative. I was very like happy to see these people again to the point where I just started like referring to them like by name and I'm very wary with the whole like parasocial anything sort
Hmm.
of like too connected. It just makes me feel terrible because I know it's like you feel more comfortable online.
Yeah.
But I would really like show my appreciation for these people who came back, and I would basically that's when I started like to make my Discord server as sort of like a community where all these people who came back could just like talk to each other in the
Hmm.
meantime. And then I started like, you know, having what I built be spread to like other streamers and other friends of mine
Yeah.
that I wanted to like share that like appreciation of like consistent viewership with.
Yeah.
So my first impression was very like, wow, I can't believe they came back to like watch me again. This is very like, it made me really happy. And I mean, it
No,
really motivated me
yeah.
to keep
Well,
streaming.
it is motivating, and it's almost um, it's fulfilling, but
Yes.
it's also like it gives you a reason to keep coming back because obviously somebody enjoys it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it's almost justifying in a way, self-justifying
Yeah.
when that happens. But when you started building an audience and getting more people, Um, were you getting more comfortable with it or less comfortable with it with more people there?
There were definitely times where it was like I would at most be just a little like nervous
Mm-hmm.
and I would kind of like hyperanalyze what I would say and stuff. But that was when it was like really like a lot of viewers, and that was like I think like the most viewers that I've had, and this was obviously huge thanks to a raid
Mm-hmm.
that I had. I had like a max of like 90 something,
Oof.
and I was so incredibly nervous, but
Oh
I was
yeah,
very, very happy.
yeah,
Like the happiness never faded. I was very like excited because
yeah,
I do like talking to people. It is just like getting over that
yeah,
little speed bump of nerves.
yeah. Well, once,
But
what?
past that, I'm
Yeah,
in my element.
yeah. It sounds like that it's become a lot less of a speed bump.
Yeah.
Just go right at it. Just don't hold me back.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to those people. Um, so artwork. You do a lot of artwork too.
I do.
Yeah. Have you always been an artiste?
I have basically had memories of drawing since my very first memories. Just like pencil to paper, even
Yeah.
if it was just like stick figures and then,
Yeah.
very disturbing trying to draw more human bodies, but I'm like 6 years old, so it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah. That's a
But
nice.
I've always enjoyed drawing.
That's a nice horse. That was
Yeah,
me.
that is a horse, right?
Oh, I said this before. My little sister would draw about that age, and all the people had such massive shoes. I mean, there's like you think of high-rise shoes and think of the '70s, disco stuff. This wasn't disco. This was like high-rise, um, and their legs were like 10 feet long.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
I think my
wow,
first my
yeah,
first drawings of humans, they would always be in like, front point of view, so like, the neck and the shoulders very symmetrical,
yeah,
even if it was like supposed to be like turned to the side. So
yeah.
it just looked very weird having like the legs turned to the side, but
Mm.
like the arm and the torso was like straightforward. It looked very, very like, I guess you could say Egyptian, like hieroglyphic looking esque. I was really trying my best.
Your style as a young person was Egyptian style.
Oh yeah.
Well, and, it's when you get that perspective stuff coming in, and you start, and obviously you were trying to improve and keep going. Um,
Oh yeah.
Someone who has no talent, such as myself, and try to do perspective, it's going to look really horrible, no matter what you
Yeah.
do. How long did it take for you to learn that perspective?
So a lot of people will like tell me and ask me like, "Oh, you're so good at drawing. Like I could never draw. I'm so bad at it. Like how do you do it?"
Hmm.
And my main like pieces of advice, always, no matter how like boring it is to hear, is practice, practice, practice so
Hmm.
much. But also having like, reference pictures helps a lot because obviously if you think of something, it's all well and fine. But if you try to put that to paper and you don't really know how like arms work in certain angles or how the body contorts and twists, it's gonna look a little off.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
having that like reference there, as well as just like practicing quite literally every day, over time, you're kind of bound to improve. Obviously, having these little like artistic personalities and stuff like traits
hmm,
helps a lot because
hmm.
there are artists that I look up to who have been drawing for way less time than me, whose style is just so insanely beautiful.
Don't you hate that?
So I guess it is a little bit of luck, but a lot of it is practice and also just like not being too hard on yourself. Like
Mm,
it's okay to be critical of
yeah,
yourself.
yeah,
Um, but not to be too critical to the point where it's going to get you down and you're just not going to want to draw again.
yeah, yeah. And when talking to artists here, I always shudder when I think of them going to like an art school or art class. Did you end up doing
Yeah.
that as
I always knew that if I tried to make my art into a profession,
uh
I would kind of just like lose that spark for it. But
Mm-hmm.
that's just me personally. So I never went to school for it.
Yeah.
And also, I have a brother who's also in the art scene, and he went to school for it. And he kind of just said that they don't really teach you much that you don't already know,
Mm-hmm.
and you would be better off teaching yourself
Yeah.
at some points.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean,
But again, that is just like personal. Like that's just with us.
yeah.
But for other people, it like really helped them.
Yeah. Your mileage may vary. That's how we
Yeah,
would say it in
exactly.
radio. But I would always hear of stories of people who were already artists
Yeah.
going into just to get a degree and then basically getting told that no, you're not an artist, you're not doing it right.
Oh, yeah.
And forcing them through like the Play-Doh through the machine,
Yeah.
you got to do it this way. And I always look at art like it's very personal. It's
Yeah.
how
Of
you are
course.
interpreting it, and it may be different than how somebody else does it. But that's the whole ball game, isn't it?
Of course. I think the term artist or just the term art in general has been so like misconstrued over the years, like
Mhm.
over time. Because in my opinion, anything can be art.
Mhm.
And a lot of stuff just like in our day-to-day lives is art. But I feel like when you are teaching it like it would be taught a curriculum,
Mhm.
it gets a lot like stricter and it does demotivate a lot of people. So that was another thing for me, like having such, I would say a little more than usual, like fragile motivation.
Right.
I didn't want to like lose what I had going through like the educational process of it.
Right.
So I wanted to like keep my motivation and keep my mindset and just like teach myself because I know that like the only person who can motivate me is me
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was my thing with it.
Well, that's cool. That's great. I mean, and it's worked out for you. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, do you still look to improve, or are you pretty
Of
satisfied with your
course.
style right now?
I think even since last month to this month, I feel I can see improvements in my style.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it is a lot of it is like per day to day, like how am I going to draw today based off like how I feel.
Yeah.
Because art is an expression of like how you are as a person and how you're feeling.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel like I really have like improved, honestly, day to day, month to month,
Yeah.
and of course year to year. So I feel like improving with something like a hobby or a piece of knowledge is the same as like growing older. Like you never really stop growing,
You
till you die.
you certainly don't stop growing older. I can tell you that. It goes a little faster.
There's always something to learn. There's always
When you're on
something to do.
when you're on the downhill side, it goes a lot faster. I can tell you that for personal experience. The
Yeah.
When you started showing your art to other people, and I maintain that there's people who do artwork or singing or something, singing to themselves, art to themselves. That's one thing, but then making that jump to being confident enough to show other people.
Yeah.
I mean, as a kid, you show everybody anyway, but later
Oh,
on,
yeah.
was that something you had to get over?
I think I would do just like little doodles and stuff to like kind of test the waters a little bit. Like, hey, I drew this like funny little doodle, haha. And if people would really like it and be like, oh, that's so cute, you should draw them more, I would kind of like start to show them more and more like my more like serious pieces. But since I can remember, even like in school, I feel like everybody really had like a positive reaction. That's him.
That doesn't sound like a positive reaction.
I know, right? A positive reaction, except from him. So sorry,
yeah,
but yeah,
no
ever
worries.
since
Yeah.
ever since I was in school, I feel like there's always been that sort of like positive reaction to my art and people really liking it. So that's really helped again with like the motivation that I've built
Oh, yeah, yeah.
for myself.
Yeah, that's really good. If you get people who are nurturing rather than,
Oh yeah,
either hostile or dismissive, that makes a big
hmm,
difference, especially at that age.
of
Um,
course.
Everybody's so fragile, strong but fragile at the same time. Um,
Yeah, I feel like while like the negative comments and like reception may hurt, I'm definitely the sort of person that while it does stick with me, I'm a more like this many people say it's good and this little people say it's bad. So
mm,
I'm going to take like the majority vote
yes,
essentially
yes,
as like my reception.
yeah. Well, and in the end, you're basically, if you're doing artwork for yourself, the person you have to satisfy is you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because it
which,
is an expression of me at the
yeah,
end of the day. Not everybody is going to understand it, but as long as I know and I know the process it took to get there
mm,
and I'm happy with it, and most of the time I am happy
yeah.
with my own artwork,
When
then I'm fine.
you get somebody who comes up and says, "Okay, I see in your picture, I see a hamster and a donut, and the hamster is smoking a big cigar. What does that mean?" And you're like, "I don't see any of that."
I don't think we're looking at the same drawing, but hey, if that's your perception,
It's how
go
you
for
see
it.
it. It's actually a self-portrait, but it's whatever you see is
It's pretty impressive that you see that. But
is it what are you taking and can I have some that type of deal.
exactly.
Um, so have you been able to do any displays, like put some of your artwork up for people to see?
So, hmm, apart from like stuff like in school, of course, where it'd
Hmm.
be like, "Oh, draw this, and we'll put it on this bulletin board in the hallway or whatever."
Hmm.
My display has always been showing like my community through streaming,
Hmm.
or um, in the earlier times before streaming, a lot of my friends would be like, "Oh, this art is so good, you should like start doing like commissions."
Hmm.
And I would always be like, "Let me build this up a little more, let me build my portfolio and get to the point where I would feel comfortable selling this sort of thing."
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think my display has been through like commissions, and I think most notably posting on like X or Twitter,
Yeah.
whichever,
Yeah.
for example, and like kind of showing people like, "Hey, this is what I do, it's mainly for me. But if you would like to buy, here's a link."
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
that has also, in like the past year or two that I've been doing that, has gotten a very strong positive reaction.
Isn't
And
that?
it's made me very, very happy.
Yeah, that's really cool when you put, because you're putting yourself out there even more with
Yeah.
the commission things, and people get interested and want to they want to get a piece of your talent.
Yeah.
Is the best way to put it, I guess.
Exactly.
But so when you do have taken commissions, um, if I give you a commission, I want a guy with a shield on a horse, and that's all I give you. What would you do with that?
So a lot of times I do try to be as like thorough with the client as possible
Hmm.
to really see what exactly they want. So even with like as little information as draw me a guy on a horse with a shield, I will do maybe like 2 to 3 sketches of 2 to 3 different versions, and then I'll ask them like if you have any like references of like what vibe you're going for, like what kind of pose or what kind of like, the size of this, the height of this, the style of this,
Right.
even like the mood, like the lighting, the colors, everything, just to make sure that like this person has a vision in their head of
Yeah.
what they want. And then when they see what I've done, they're like, "That's what I was thinking exactly." So even if I have to go very, very like thorough with the questions or the examples, like I try my best to work with this person and be like, I'm willing to put your thoughts exactly to paper, or exactly to digital paper, I guess.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted,
Yeah.
So communication for that sort of thing is never an issue, because I understand that, like, this is your hard-earned money and you're graciously giving that to me to give you something. I want to make it like worth your money.
Yeah, that's a great work ethic to have, really, with everything. But have you had people who have been just absolutely impossible to work with?
I feel like if they were impossible to work with, then I would not have success with them.
Yeah.
But considering I have had this much success so far, I'd say that's based on my strengths, I suppose.
Yeah.
But usually it is just like, I'll get frustrated, of course, because like that's just human nature. But as many questions as I have to ask, or as many changes as I have to do, like, I'm willing to do it. I'm pretty patient when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So I will try my best. But of course, there's been moments where it's like, oh, actually, could you just raise this up by like a centimeter?
Yes.
And then I show them and they're like, oh, maybe to the left and down a little bit. And I'm like, oh, you know what? It's your money.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Move everything 2 pixels up and to the left.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. I'll happy to.
It does get that specific, I imagine, sometimes.
Oh yeah, sometimes. And then other times it really is just like, here, this, that, and that. And then I'll draw like the first sketch or two, and they're like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
great.
That's all some people want, and they want kind of a general thing, and they want the artist to see, and they want to see your vision of it.
Of course.
But for me, it would have been tough to do somebody else's vision.
Oh yeah.
In it, I mean, first of all, I'm not going to be an artist, so it's not happening. But, but I guess I can go back to in my radio days when I was doing commercials, putting together commercials. That was all somebody else's vision, and I was working with that to get them the 30 seconds about the sale on Spam at the local grocery store or something, and it was up to them. But when there's artist, your type of artistry is seems very personal. That people who put pen to paper, paint to paper, and or work on the stuff online or on the screen, it seems to be. I would have a tough time not taking things badly with that if there was criticism.
Yeah. So for me, I guess I've always sort of been pretty okay, like pretty good with criticism. And I've always tried to maintain that like mentality that like you really can't read somebody's mind, or you really don't know 100% like where they're coming from when they say this, or even like what they're dealing with in their own lives or in their minds. So I always try to just be as understanding as possible and as patient, and try to use my strengths, which I feel like my communication and my patience are probably my most profound strengths, and use that with people, because obviously everybody likes to be spoken to respectfully and be treated kindly. So even if I don't get that, I never spread that. I always maintain my patience, and just try to work with someone the best way that I can.
I have a hard time imagining with that voice of yours, you getting mad at somebody and yelling at them.
I've gotten that a lot.
It's
like, I wonder what it sounds like. Maybe it's just this soft-spoken voice, but just a decibel louder.
Like no.
Not at all.
No, but it's wonderful though, because online it gives that that welcoming thing to
Of
people.
course.
Yeah, and it really does. Your voice will bring them in and keep them there and keep things on a even keel for the most part. Even when you do get a
Yeah.
little wacky with the game.
Yeah, of course. Oh, trust me, my community has heard me through loud and soft. But I mean, it's all entertaining for them. So
Yeah. So, what are the games you usually play when you're on? What type of games?
so contrary to popular belief, I play a lot of like the shooter games, like the FPS
Mm,
or like because I grew up on like Call of Duty,
hmm.
or if it wasn't Call of Duty, starkly contrasted, it was like Minecraft. So I've always had like the creative outlet and then like I just want to shoot people outlet. So it's always been very like all around. Usually I just really play anything that's like fun at the
Yeah,
time for me.
yeah, and it's got to be fun for you first, not just something that the audience
Oh
will play.
yeah.
Yeah,
And like of course with the audience that I've built that I love and appreciate so much, I will be like, okay, what do you guys want to see me play?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm I'm your oyster,
yeah,
essentially. Just like I'm your little puppet.
yeah,
Give me something to play.
yeah. Have they ever steered you bad into it?
I don't think so,
In,
honestly, because I've had a pretty positive reaction to a lot of games. I mean, I'll go from like playing a silly little game on Roblox, like, oh, draw this in 60 seconds,
mm,
to, playing Elden Ring or
yeah,
something on stream.
it's a big
And it's
difference.
always, yeah, it's always been greatly received.
Yeah,
So I'm happy. As long as they're happy, I'm happy. As long as I'm happy, they're happy.
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's a good relationship.
Is there a game that you'd like to play you haven't gotten to yet?
Hmm. I think honestly, I get down on myself because as patient as I am, I'm very bad when it comes to dialogue in game.
Ah,
So like with a story game, for example, I'll try my hardest to like keep up with it.
yeah,
And then all of a sudden I'll be like skipping through dialogue because I'm like, I want to get to the action.
yes, yeah,
So honestly, maybe more like story games because there's so many great story games with these like intricately written like scripts and stories that I would love to play
yeah,
that
yeah,
have like great gameplay mechanics and visuals as well.
yeah. Well,
So I would love to play.
to me, it would have to have that gameplay mechanics as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would have to do that. Now, what about horror games?
I love horror games actually. Even since I was little, I've always been like, oh my gosh, I believe in ghosts, I believe in these like fairy tales and these like horror stories. I've always been very fascinated with like horror in general.
Yeah.
Um, and even it's gotten to the point where I'm playing a horror game and I'm like, I can't get scared. Like it's more of like a fun game for me at this point.
Yeah.
But when a horror game or a movie even like genuinely scares me, it's just like appreciation. Like, oh, this is so great. This is so cool.
Well, you're a tougher person than I am. I'll tell you that.
Right?
I if there are rare occasions where I'll appreciate one that's got a long con to it. It's not in your face all the time with stuff. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, would you rather watch a long con horror movie or one that you know Freddy Krueger slashing at you every 5 seconds?
Oh man, what's so funny is I actually find like the slasher films like disrespectful to the horror genre. I really think it is for like, the slightly like weaker and fainter of heart that are just like, oh, this is the most that I can watch. Like this alone is scary.
Yeah.
Um, but I understand that it is sort of like catered to certain fears,
Hmm.
so I will be watching a horror movie and I'll kind of have this like superpower at this point to automatically detect what kind of like phobia this is catered to. So if I'm watching a movie and there's like a 30-second long scene of somebody like stuck in a cave, I'm like, oh, this is catered towards
Yeah.
like suffocation phobia
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
what's it called?
I would
Claustrophobia, that sort of thing.
I would be limping as fast as I can out into the hallway.
Yeah.
Must breathe now. get out of cave. Uh, um,
Like, oh, I need some fresh air.
yeah, well,
That was scary.
and if you don't think you have that phobia, you'll find out, and whether you do or
Oh
not.
yeah.
If you're
That
holding
is
your,
that is like that is the great part of horror. Is
yeah,
even if you're like watching it and you get that like uncomfortable feeling,
yeah,
you're already immersed. And
yeah.
that's what it really is all about.
So, do you watch older horror films?
So I kind of saw myself watching a lot of older
Mm.
horror, not like too old, like the old Disney before the cartoons
Oh,
sort of thing.
yeah.
But it would be like, anywhere from like 2000s to 2010s, because that really was a great era
Mm.
for a lot of horror movies.
Yeah.
But honestly, I have a lot of faith in like the newer age and maybe like future horror movies, because a lot of these like indie studios are making like great horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
really am so happy about it.
Yeah. And it's the same, I think, with indie games where
Oh, yeah.
they don't have the corporation to filter things through,
No.
and so they can put their own. I mean, it's like an artist who doesn't have a boss. You can do what you want with it, pretty much. Put your heart
Of
into it,
course.
and not have it filleted by somebody, in a suit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody knows people better than people.
Yeah.
Like, of these big corporations, they just want to sell. And,
Yeah.
power to you. You have more money than me. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to truly, like, appreciate something and, like, really want to spend my money on it,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be from, like, a smaller developer or
Yeah.
corporation. Because
Yeah.
they know, they're just like us. They know, like, what you want to see and what is going to really
Mm-hmm.
like scare you or please you or humor you or interest you, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that a lot of the games that come out with the major companies, and of course, some of them are obviously going to be good for what they are, but they take more of a shotgun approach, and and then filter it out afterwards. And a lot of these folks on the indie scene are very precise with what they want to do,
Yeah.
and that makes a big difference. When there's only one cook or two cooks
Oh yeah.
doing the soup, it makes a lot of difference. Now, will bad art in a game cause you to quit the game?
Honestly, I guess this is just me speaking as an artist myself, but I really appreciate all forms and styles of art. So I feel like the more non-conventional the art style, I think the more I appreciate it, because it's not something that I've seen before, and you can tell that this is like man-made. I guess obviously if it's like a big corporation and they're putting out like pretty weak visuals, I'd be a little offended, because it's like you have all the tools and all the resources.
Yeah.
But if it's something smaller, yeah, I'm all for it, honestly.
You're so kind when saying this.
Thank you.
But yeah,
I try.
and the art has to align with how the game goes too. I mean, you don't.
Oh yeah.
I point this out as an example. Undertale.
Yeah.
You don't want Undertale done like Wuthering Waves.
Of course.
It's not going to work. It's going to be really weird.
It's going to be a little off.
Yeah, and
yeah.
that kind of early digital type stuff just kind of fits it.
Of course.
The way it does now. Of course, it goes the other way around too. You don't want Wuthering Waves done in that style, because then you just one of the big parts is watching all the pretty people.
Yeah.
In that game.
All the pretty visuals.
Yeah. I say this because I'm looking at your YouTube channel now, and I see Wuthering Waves,
Yes.
Wuthering Waves.
I had a really big Wuthering Waves little phase back then. I'm kind of like stepping down from it again, but I know in like 6 months or so, when there's like so many updates to get through, I'm gonna be like, okay, it's time to come back. There's stuff to do.
Yeah. It keeps some games that maybe otherwise be not really replayable, playable again.
Yeah.
And when you've done everything, now there's something new to do, and okay, well, I'll go back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something that's changed over the last couple of years, I think. Games like Fallout did that, where they added
Yeah.
more things to it, and of course, um, the gotcha type games did a lot of that. Would you think that you have a game in you to develop after playing and doing all this artwork? Do you think you could put together one of those visual novel types?
Oh, wow. Honestly, the hardest part about that would be coming up with like a story like unique that hasn't been seen before in one of the visual novels. But honestly, if I could,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think I would really like to.
yeah,
Just to like an experience on honestly.
yeah.
Just to say that I did
it'll be it'll be like Danganronpa, but more slashing
it.
if you can.
Or just go like way the opposite direction. Like it's gonna be the sweetest little romantic visual novel that you've ever seen.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then at the end, it takes your heart out.
Yeah.
Like that one. What was it? Little Misfortune, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was.
That one was very fascinating.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that one.
yeah. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but the ending just absolutely rips you in half.
It
That's all I'm
does.
going to say. It just
Yeah.
whatever you're, just be ready to.
Go experience it
Yeah,
for yourself.
it's going to be something else. And that's again that you're talking independent folks putting that stuff together. Um,
Mhm.
Something you wouldn't see out of, say, Nintendo or something like that. Now
No.
I'll probably get struck just for mentioning the name.
Yeah.
Come get me.
Oh, they're very strict.
Yeah, they are very, very strict. Have you got any big plans for your channel coming up soon?
Honestly, right now I'm doing sort of like a um donation event just so I can save a little bit of money for myself for some college expenses, maybe even a car. You know, that's like my main goal with what
Yeah.
I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
But honestly, what I have been really wanting to do a little more of is take place in like more big events with like other streamers, just like playing games in like a big party with everybody at some point. Because I really feel like I'm not pushing for that as much as I should. Because although it is much smaller of a speed bump, getting over like the nerves of like interacting with people as it was back then, it is a little bit still an issue. So
well,
honestly, the only goal that I have for my channel is to just like improve myself as well as keep my community entertained.
Yeah, well, I can't blame anybody for being, nervous about it, because what if it doesn't work, and or what if what about chat? How's chat going to interact together with the others? And unless you really know the people that you're in with, I think there's always going to be a little bit of uncertainty.
Oh yeah.
But if it turns out great, then you're all smiles at the end of it.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. That sort of thing.
Let's do more.
Yeah. So, have you done the art on stream?
I have actually. So usually when I have a commission that I'm working on, and I know like, oh, I really want to try to finish this commission, but I also have to stream, I'll kind of just, knock two birds out with one stone, and I'll just do a little bit of art on stream. And maybe if it's on Twitch, I'll have a YouTube video playing in the background or something, just so that there's, more jingling keys on the screen for the audience, so they don't get too bored,
Jingling. I like that example. Jingling keys on the screen.
Yeah, exactly. just a little something there to hold their attention. But yeah, a lot of people do tune into the drawing streams when I do them, and again, I really appreciate that, because it's something that I can just like zone out for maybe 2, 3, 4 hours of me just like working on this thing that has a deadline, but I'm also streaming and talking to chat, and just like it really does kill two birds with one stone. It's great.
What about, have you got any backseat artists?
Oh, backseat artists. I
Because
feel like everybody can't help ask the question, like, are you gonna like shade that, or like are you like done with it when it's in like the middle stages?
yeah,
And it's like, well, of course not. It's not done yet, but
yeah.
you know,
Well,
more than anything, I'll have backseat gamers.
yeah.
But
I mean, there's people who mean well usually,
of
right?
course,
But there's also
that is like the questions that are like, is this like done? Is that what it looks like when it's
yes,
done? And it's like, no.
no, or the I can imagine somebody coming. I would have used green or something like that. It's like,
There are a lot of comments where it's like, oh, why is her hair white? And it's like, well, because I haven't colored it yet.
yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Did it take a while for you to get used to digital art?
um, so as much as I did kind of like grow up drawing on like, you know, paper and pencil,
Hmm.
I think I'm getting close to having drawn digitally for as long as I have drawn pencil and paper.
Really?
And to be fair, I don't remember much of drawing pencil and paper because I was a kid. So I feel like I have more like memory and cognitive like function, I guess,
Yeah,
drawing digitally.
yeah,
Of course, I will still like go back and draw on my sketchbook occasionally just because I really do like the feeling
yeah,
of pencil and paper.
yeah. But
Um,
there's no undo button.
there is not. You would not believe how like disproportional everything looks when I draw on paper because I can't just use like the liquify tool and like move things around
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
drag and drop, that kind of thing.
yeah,
So I think with like when it comes to like mistakes or correcting or getting it exactly how I want to,
yeah,
digitally is way better for me. And
yeah,
it's just more comfortable because I have more memories, of course,
yeah.
drawing digitally.
And you can always get more tools to help you out with it, and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
tons of brushes that I
yeah.
could never afford in real life.
1,000 brushes. It's like me and fonts trying to put together all
Oh
these
yeah.
fonts. I have to get
Oh
the
yeah.
exact right one. Um, so I'm going to ask the question I'm sure you've been asked a billion trillion times, and I'm going to
Okay.
ASMR.
Yes. A billion trillion and one times.
Yes. Well, I have to because that
Oh,
voice is perfect.
of course, I understand. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Um, I have always had like the people that come in innocently, of course, and being like, "Oh, you should do ASMR. Your voice
Yeah.
is perfect for it." But of course, the times that do stick with me more are, you know, the people that come in not so innocently and try to like, you know, be like, oh, you should do this and you should do that,
Right.
or like kind of like teasing in a way that is very like sexual.
Mm.
And with me, I've never been comfortable with
Oh yeah.
like overly sexual personalities or
Right.
streamers or anything like that. It's
Right.
just never been my scene. But of course, I don't blame the people who come in and, you know, are just in those communities and in that scene so often that they
Yeah.
don't understand
Right.
to other people and might be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. I,
So, of course, me, just being me, I just shut it down
yeah.
and just be
Yeah.
like, not for me, you
Yeah.
know?
Well,
Maybe
there's
like a
different types.
joking way,
Yeah, there is different
but
types too, but I
of
mean,
course.
even if you sat down and just read a book,
Oh yeah, I have done like that's the thing is I think 2 or 3 I think 2 subathons ago,
mhm,
for the first 2 days, because it's like lasted from like midday to 2 in the morning or something of just me streaming. I would send off my viewers with like reading 2 chapters from a book from
mm,
like my shelf or something.
yeah,
And even then, I was really enjoying it. And then I had maybe 2 or 3 people come in and being like, just like judging it, you
oh,
know, just a little bit being like, oh, guess she's like an ASM artist now, blah,
oh,
blah.
God,
And of
jeez,
course, it was a joke and it was harmless, but it did make me feel a little you know,
Yeah. Put you on the
very
spot.
judged
Yeah.
for putting just like a little bit of humor into this,
Oh,
or a
geez.
little bit of like showing appreciation and like trying to send off my viewers like with a peaceful night or something, and
Right.
just getting that response. Definitely.
Well, some people can't help themselves.
Of course.
Yeah, they're just, and there are some people who just are so clueless, and you
I
can't,
know.
you can't do anything but just kind of just shake your head and keep going because they don't know what they're doing. Some people very much know what they're doing. So other people, you just like you wouldn't know how to get your way out of a wet paper bag, man. I'm not. Okay.
Of course. But
Yeah.
yeah, as far as like ASMR goes, I've always had an appreciation for it, honestly, and like the just like what it was intended for, you know, like
Right.
just giving like a sense of calm and like relaxation. Like I've always had an appreciation for it, and I do watch ASMR myself, so I know it's not always like
Yeah.
in that way.
Right.
But you know, when it comes to me myself putting myself out there in that sort of way, I would just feel very like
Yeah.
wary at first. Of course, maybe in the future I'll do like one or two projects where it's more of like in a joking way.
Yeah.
It's not something I'm entirely opposed to. I just understand already without even like having done it. I understand the reception that it's going to get.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You're just gonna cut it off. Gonna put that gate up before it even gets out.
Oh yeah, quit
yeah.
while you're ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things you can do with that voice, and I imagine that there are folks who could use that on projects that they're doing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've done like very, very little indie like voice acting just for like my friends for a few of their YouTube channels and projects. So
right.
I always kind of like set it as some sort of challenge. Like if you can find the YouTube video from like 4 years ago with like maybe 1,000 views where I voice acted, like you get $5 or something.
Oh, you don't
so
say that.
It's been just like I do appreciate it.
Yeah, don't say that to a guy who was in radio, because radio announcers will do anything for money.
Oh, if you can find it, by all means, I keep my promise.
We just if we say we'll do anything for like a used cheese sandwich, we'll do it something. Yeah. We're very mendicant when it comes to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like that you're enjoying yourself something fierce here. I mean, it's you've come into something that's perfect for your personality and how you do things, and the art goes along with it, and everything is kind of a positive all the way around. And you're mature enough to shake off the Nimrods and keep going.
Yeah.
And that's
exactly.
And that's tremendous. And I think the little goals that you mentioned are very achievable, and it's just a question of getting out and knowing more people. It's I can't see why anybody wouldn't want to. You're delightful to talk with, and
thank you, appreciate it.
And it would be a lot of fun to have you on. I'm going to have to tune in because I want to hear if you do actually.
Thank you.
I want to tune in because I want to hear if you do actually scream when you're doing these
games.
Right.
You're like, I'm not going to take your word for it. I don't believe it just yet.
I will come in and bother you. Scream.
Nitpick and backseat just to get a rise out of me.
Yeah. It's like I show up on some people's streams and just go bother. Just there to bother people. But you've got things going on good, and the fact that you've been able to grow your audience to a comfortable level organically, and you've got that back and forth with them so well. It's just brilliant, and I think that things are going to go even much better for you in the future with everything you got going on.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I appreciate you coming on. We're going to have all the links, and there are a lot of them in the description.
I'm on everything.
In this video, you will see Stellar on your microwave if you hit the right buttons.
On your Samsung fridge TV, and there'll be a little bundle of pixels dancing around in there.
That's right. Unstoppable. Sooner or later, when you turn on your GPS in your car, you're going to hear Stellar.
Turn right here.
Yeah. No, I know what you're trying to do. You know you're having a bad day when you're arguing straight up with the GPS machine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have a great, you know, great future ahead of you with this, and
Thank you.
I hope that folks will turn on and support because you deserve it. And thank you so much for coming on. Just an absolute
Of
pleasure.
course. Thank you so much for reaching out and inviting me. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.